comments. I only like 2 of them. And then the others are all fucking assholes, in my opinion.
Nice.
So, I'm not really into the whole, like, one of them is a shadow cleric, and I'm not really into the edge, I hide my intentions approach. Fuck off.
Right?
If you serve a god and your god needs to lie to me, then your god is a bitch.
So, I mean, I can't really even say welcome back to Not the Brightest Crayon, because, like I said, I never had a guest on here before. And 2, I think it's been like 3 years since I recorded a video for my channel.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a delay.
So saying welcome back kind of doesn't really work.
Welcome back after the short delay. We just went on vacation.
Plus, we're really not going to be able to do this because I only interview white women. So we're going to have to cut this short.
Yeah, sorry about this. I'll get out of here. Please avoid the head. I've got my helmet of shame.
This hairy beast sitting in my house.
Some kind of fucking animal.
Oh my god. Baldur's Gate 3.
Yes.
I never even played the first one. That's probably
2.
like take me out to the back and shoot me worthy.
They're supposedly great. Now this is fucking hard. It got to a point where I was just dead. You were fighting a bullet. I finally found out I remembered what it was because a guy I watch, his whole channel is TikToks where he explains D&D creatures that people asked about. Somebody finally asked about the bullet, and that fucking thing beat my entire party's ass. No idea how to kill it.
Yeah. And then, like, you know, Kenshi, I played the whole time that you were here, and we stayed up till 4 a.m. playing it.
Yeah.
And then I paid for it, downloaded it on my computer, and I think I played for all of like 45 minutes, and I haven't gone back.
It's a lot. I don't regret it because I know I will eventually.
It's not even
if it's a couple of years.
It's not even really that it's a lot. It's just that seems like a game that is way more fun to play around other people. Mm-hmm. So that like they can do what I did annoyingly, where you're sitting there with the keyboard and I'm standing up at the TV going, "No, go here. No, point there. Go." Like, but that kind of interaction. That's why I really don't do video games anymore, because it's just me and the screen. I'm not a big enough video game nerd where I can.
Yeah, I typically get very immersed, so that helps a lot.
But that's okay. That is okay. That's the whole point of video games, is to sit down and like bleed away 18 hours.
My left eye is fucking destroyed right now. I feel like it's watering up like a motherfucker. And
what did you do?
I want to itch it.
What did you do?
I itched it a lot because it was itching. I think I got something in it. But now I think I should probably not fuck with it.
You probably shouldn't. I have fake tears if you want to, because that helps move my stuff around.
No, I'm all good. It's not destroying me. It is annoying though.
Because like my eyes don't water on their own. It has to be really, and it's not a guy thing. I honestly don't understand it. I think there's something wrong with my tear ducts.
I just imagined you as General W.R. Munger.
Right? I lost my tear ducts in the war.
My tear ducts in the war. What a character. I appreciate you understanding exactly what that was as soon as I said it. Thank you.
I would cry if I didn't lose my tear ducts in the war. No, it feels like that sometimes, because like I cried a lot when I was a kid. Like I was a crybaby, fucking for everything. Stub my toe, cry. A friend didn't want to hang out with me, cry. But now I don't. Like, it takes a lot. Like, it's got to be something major to get my eyes to water.
You know what it takes for me? The ending of the first or the third Lord of the Rings.
Yeah? That's all it takes for you to cry?
Probably the ending of the audiobook of Harry Potter. Both the scenes in Mass Effect 3 when you cure the genophage for the Krogan and when you help the Geth and the Quarian unite.
Wow, you're just a bitch, aren't you?
Me cry. Listen, I get very immersed. That's what I was saying. I'm invested in what's going on.
How dare you express human emotions? What is wrong with you?
And I think that, like, people have shit on the Mass Effect 3 ending before, and the original one was a turd. But,
nice. Do you need me to turn off the ceiling fan?
No.
Like, that's affecting your lighter. That's going to affect your pole.
It's not affecting it too badly. I dropped a seed. Oh, here it is.
For those not able to see, he's smoking weed.
Oh,
send the police.
I think that the main missions in Mass Effect 3, fucking great. Like, uniting the Geth and the Quarries.
Are you seriously putting that on the floor?
Yeah.
You got a perfectly good table right there.
Well, yeah, that's got all my shit on it. I don't want to knock it around.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man.
But there's so many of these, like the Treasure of Nadia? Am I pronouncing that right?
Yep.
And then
XCOM.
Mountain Blade. I've heard of XCOM though, like Mountain Blade Warband. Never heard of it.
Great game.
And then the second one, Bannerlord. Like, you've got so many games on here that I've never heard of, mainly because it wasn't until this year that I had a computer.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
There's an array. You would need a separate computer for a lot of this.
But, like, how long has this shit been out? And 2021, I finally bought my first computer.
Yeah.
That didn't belong to, like, my mother, and I'm sneaking into her room to fucking use it. It was mine.
I mean, it's a great time to come in because you got a lot of shit that you can play if you want to. But the thing is, PC gaming takes a long time.
But, like, 33 years old, and I bought my first computer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've had it since then, you know what I mean? But it's like, what the fuck, dude? Are you serious? I waited until I was 33 to buy a computer, and I only bought it so I could do my job.
Yeah.
So I could work from home.
Dude, in my relatively short lifespan of working, I have spent probably like $5,000 collectively on gaming computers and shit.
Not even close, dude.
Fucking, it's great.
I've spent $5,000 collectively in a year on my wife's weed.
Oh yeah, well I've spent. I think, dude, when I was initially working with the motherfuckers. When I started doing the ironworking, the first group of dudes I worked with was a bunch of guys my age. We all got along super well, and every day we would get back from work and we would go in and just smoke dabs. Constantly. Like, every day. I must have dropped so much money that year. Like,
Jesus Christ.
God almighty, I must have spent thousands by the end of the year. That blue collar work will pay for a lot of shit if you're willing to do it.
Like I understand that, but it's depressing because I actually sat down one day and I knew, like, I just sat and told you it takes a lot to make me cry. I sat in there on my phone with the numbers crunching through my head, and I didn't round to the nearest. I literally, like, because I know exactly how much I spend on her shit. Mm-hmm. And I calculated how much I spent for the entire year based on the fact that it was like every week or every other week or sometimes every day, depending on the situation, I'm buying her weed. And then I multiplied it by the number of years we've been here, just in Florida alone. Not the other 5 years up north.
That's a bad idea.
But
it's a necessary expense. You don't want to know. You don't want to know the exact number.
But I showed it to Jenna. I showed the number to Jenna, and my first question, I showed it to her. I was like, "What do you think we could have done with this money?"
I imagine you could live in like a 4-bedroom house, or like 5-bedroom 2-story house somewhere.
We could have 2 cars sitting in the driveway, and not like beater cars. Like, we spent $7,000 on that car, which isn't bad. But we could literally fucking go and probably get 2 like brand new cars, and that's just in the 4 years. That's not the 9 that we've been together.
That doesn't surprise me. That's one of the reasons I've done that before. I've sat and done the math. I think I did it once, and then I was like, you know what? I have accepted that this is an expense.
It's like, I'm not doing that again.
Yep. I've accepted that I need to spend the money for it because it calms me down.
Yeah.
So I don't want to think about it. I'll just drop the money when I have it and not add up the amount that I could have had.
Oh my God, it's horrible, dude.
Besides, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Like, I would just end up spending it on something else stupid. I'm terrible with money.
Well, we're terrible with money too, but it's like we've been saying, because we've had that car for a little bit now.
Dude, I burned part of my mustache off with the lighter.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the look that you've been giving? You've been waiting for me to see it?
I really thought you noticed that because it crackled so distinctly.
Nope.
Fucking. Oh yeah, I singed the fan blew the fucking lighter flame right in my mustache.
I've got the Wolfman going right here.
That's alright. I was about to get rid of this today anyway. Man, I can't handle it. It's curling into my mouth.
I know.
Pisses me off.
Now when I drink soda, I'd start having part of my... Like, how do people have beards? I get that they trim them, but what the... Like, I can... There's so much weight.
To be fair,
on
I can
my
imagine
face.
gel to keep it away from the mouth and then getting used to the weight. They must have strong necks. The dudes with, like, beards down to their knees.
But, like, when you shave, do you actually feel the difference on your cheekbones? Because I do. Like, there's no more weight on the temple. I actually feel my skin going back to where it's supposed to be. Like, right now, I feel like a fucking one of those Resident Evil women that come out of the bathroom.
Yeah. I noticed the difference, but I've gotten used to the facial hair. Because I liked it.
I hate it, man. I'm so fucking... Like, I don't use a razor. I use clippers.
Were I to go back to my old job, I would not keep it this long. Yeah. When it gets sweaty, it's terrible.
Like, I use clippers because it's faster, and I'm lazy. That's why it gets burnt. That's why it gets grown out like this. Mm-hmm. Like, if I could light this thing on fire...
Would just be fine?
Well, like, with no pain, and it wouldn't, like, ruin, but it would keep the hair from growing back for a couple of years.
Facial hair off.
I would do it, dude. I would... If I knew that I could light this on fire with very little repercussion, but the benefit of it is it wouldn't grow back for, like, a year, I would do it.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Dude, I would light my fucking face right on fire. I wouldn't care. I'm so sick of facial hair.
The full beard, just not this thick. I've been told that it looks good, but damn, man. Facial hair is inconvenient. If you want it to look good, then you need to put a lot of effort in.
Yeah, and I'm... Like, I've had the hair on top of my head down to my shoulders before. And that was less to deal with than a beard.
Yeah, well, hair, you just shampoo it, wash it, and brush it.
And it's done.
Beard, you have to...
Put it up in the fucking whatever the fuck, ponytail, man bun, whatever the hell you feel like doing. Mm-hmm. But, like, the beard, you've got to trim it off your lips.
When you said that, I pictured you with a mullet, to be honest. Just, like, hair all the way down to your back.
No, because it was like everywhere. That. It wasn't a mullet. Like, I never really kept it behind my ears. I always kept it...
Just falling down?
Yeah.
Yeah, my stepbrother's got that haircut rocking right now. He's got a full, like, shoulder-length hair all the way around the head.
Oh, yeah, your stepbrother's not the one in the service, right? That's your friend.
Friend is no longer in the service. Stepbrother, I have two, and one of them actually is.
The friend you can never get a hold of, he got out?
Yep.
Did his wife get out too?
Well, she wasn't actually in the service. She was just with him, living with him. So his contract was up, and he didn't renew. So he went to plumber school, and he's through that now. So
nice.
Yep.
So does that mean that you guys can actually talk more than once a year?
Yeah, semi. And at the very least, when we talk, there's not a bunch of fucking jets in the background. He was at, like, the busiest Air Force base in the country. So.
Why didn't he go and do that as was he just done with it?
Yeah. I don't think he liked the
work?
Too much.
Yeah, didn't like the work? Because he could do that in the private sector and make a killing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't doubt it.
He probably just didn't like the work.
Mm-hmm. I get it. It sounded boring as shit, and it was loud.
He'd rather go fix toilets and deal with shit.
Well, you get paid a lot of money.
Fair enough.
It's not really that bad.
Make sure that he works on the plumber's crack. He's got to get that down.
What do you think of he chopped our wood?
Keep going. You're not, dude. That's awesome, but that's not even like a full page. Go work on it. Get out of here. Good, dude. Good job. I like the artwork. Keep going. He's writing his own story.
Nice.
Well, the last time I had him go in and write, because he's the creative one, dude. Like, he's way more creative than I am. I've been working on creativity since I was fucking 13. Just letting my brain wander into weird places. That's how you and I get into these awkward conversations where we really don't know where the stop button is.
Yeah.
But in terms of, like, he's more creative than I am.
Nice. That's coming up with shit.
I got him a Minecraft thing because he wanted one, so I got it for him for Christmas. And the last time I had gotten him the little Legos that you were supposed to build a car out of the Legos, he couldn't figure it out. He opened it up, the little piece, he couldn't figure it out. I got him the Minecraft thing, and that was last year where I got him the car and he couldn't figure it out. Sometime between last year and this year, his hand-eye coordination and his creative switch in his brain turned on. Because I got him the Minecraft thing, he opened it up, and without even reading the instructions, he looked at the picture on the box and he built it.
Yeah.
just the little intricate pieces and the putting the guys together. And then I also got him a Jurassic Park track.
Nice.
Where like you have to build the car and you have to build the track and you move the thing along. And now he uses his regular RC cars on it.
Nice.
But like because he built the track, so he just uses all of his cars on it. But again, he looked at the fucking picture and was like, "Oh yeah, it goes here, it goes here, and it goes here, and you build it this way." And then
Flipped the switch in his brain.
And then he found out that like, oh, I can take the entrance and I can move it over here, and then I can take the track and I can actually put a loop in it. Like he figured all of that out without reading the directions. And he takes the big blocks, the hollow Legos, and he builds robots with them.
Man, I remember shit like that. I don't really do it as much as I used to. I used to play Minecraft a lot.
Yeah.
But you can go. It's a very fun font for creativity. You
Well,
can
that's-
go really big and creative with actual Minecraft.
Well, that's why I don't let him play video games.
Yeah.
Because like as creative as video games are today, and as much as you can learn from video games today, I just want him to take it from his brain and make it
Yeah.
with his hands, not a damn controller or a mouse. I want him to make it with his fingers. And like right now, I sent him in there, and because again last year I said, dude, go write something. Let me see how creative you can be. And all he wrote down was he took passages from other stories and merged them together to create his own thing. And I said, no, you can't do that.
It's a start, though.
It
I
is
feel like that's a lot of people's creative
Yeah.
start, because that's a big part of how I come up with all my random garbage for DMing and that.
Yeah.
I have about 3,000 different stories that I've been told in my head.
And then, like, just now what he's working on is his own thing. Like, I sent him in, and I said, I want you to go write something. You've been reading for fucking days, and that's amazing. He goes through his books like candy. But I told him, go in and write something, but don't take from anything else. Don't write from fucking Dogman or Diary of a Wimpy Kid or any of that shit. Go in and create something yourself. And that's,
Diary of a Wimpy Kid sounds like a shitty book.
to be honest, it's actually not a bad book.
I said diarrhea.
Diarrhea?
You said diarrhea.
Did I say diarrhea?
Yes, you did.
I did?
I'm pretty sure.
Or did I say diary just way too fast and it sounded like, I don't care.
Maybe you said diarrhea of a wimpy kid, probably, but I don't care.
Shit of a wimpy kid.
I made my shit joke. I'm
Yes.
happy.
Diarrhea of a Wimpy Kid sounds like a shit book. Yeah, that's what he's doing right now, so.
That is badass.
But like, I'm not really jealous of my son. I'm envious of him because he has the patience to sit down and do that. Dude, I have probably 5 different solid stories in my head, and not even fiction. Shit that's happened in my own life that I know if I were to write it down, there'd be people that not only enjoyed it, but laughed at it and would be able to relate to it. Because I've done a lot of dumb things in my life, and started when I was 11 years old with the dumb shit.
Yeah.
And I'm 34 now, so you're talking 23 years of stupid shit from...
Yeah, you gotta have some bangers under your belt by now.
Yeah, from fucking decisions that I made in school to decisions that I made for friends, decisions that I made that involved women, decisions I made that involved drugs. Like, I've got all of this, but I do not have the patience to sit down and read it.
It's
Or write it.
Yeah, it's
not
a hell
read
of a thing. It's also, it's easier said than done finding the words to do shit like that usually.
Well,
At
I mean,
least for me,
I
personally, I'll sit down and...
Yeah, well, like, literally what I could do is sit down and write exactly how it happened. Finding the words is not the problem, it's the patience.
Yeah.
I don't have the patience anymore. I mean, you see what I go through on a daily basis. Sitting down and doing nothing is my favorite activity ever.
I mean, I was under the impression that was what life was like when you had kids.
No, man, it's not
Sitting
even...
down and doing nothing is like becomes the best thing in the world.
Yes, it really, like, kudos to the parents that actually do things. Well, like, every once in a while I will, I've set their bowling pins up and actually did a bowling game. I put music on, I grab my speaker with my microphone, and I commentate the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then I write their scores down, and the winner gets a treat and all this other shit. So I've done that, and we've played board games. We've played that Seen It Harry Potter thing. I've taken them out to the park. I've taken them here, and I've taken them there. But my favorite thing of all is doing nothing. Even if it's doing nothing with them.
Yeah.
Putting something on because they only watch TV twice a week. They get TV on Saturday and Sunday, and